Hey, what's going on, everybody? Let's get this thing started. So what are you doing?
I'm trying to get this off. I don't remember if there's a bolt down here or not.
So what you're saying is Daniel broke it and you're fixing it?
Can you break something that was apparently not 100% in the first place?
I have no idea. But we're making it better.
We're making it better.
Helicoils, Loctite, and studs. Right, Joe?
Right, Daniel.
What's popping?
What are you
I
doing?
don't know what he's doing.
I need to go change.
Probably a good idea.
It's all yours now. Put this under it.
Remember, there ain't nothing holding this car except for the ground.
It ain't going anywhere.
I'm gonna keep the camera here so when Joe gets physically demolished by the car, it's on camera.
You only had one bolt in the mount.
We lost the mount bolt? Jeez. Why is it on a trailer?
Why is it on a trailer?
So we lost all the transmission fluid, and rather than deal with, I just didn't want to pull it off on Saturday. Rather than mess with it, I just left it on a trailer. I figured we'd fix it on the trailer. Plus, Joe likes the experience of working on this car in the trailer. What? Best jack stands ever. So we are entered in the off-road race, the drag race, the dyno challenge, and the burnout competition
Oh, drag race.
at LS Fest.
My neighbor's taking the Mustang up on the 13th to Vandermeer.
Uh-huh.
If you want to go check it out.
I wanna
See
go.
if this thing will run down the track.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
But yeah.
I'll drag race my extra on Vandermeer.
Yeah, I figured after it drained, it was really thick. Is probably
Was this
why it
bucket
didn't clean.
clean? Is this T-case ready to come out?
Should be.
Here.
Okay, hold on.
You're caught on the wire there.
That's what I was trying to avoid. Is that free now?
Mhm.
Okay. Watch yourself. There you go.
Can't lift a normal 205 like that.
Yeah, there it is. But it's, yes, it's making a mess.
What are you cutting, Joe?
You're supposed to do it like that, so it keeps the fluid in there.
I mean, grip besides the stuff that just got there from cutting.
This is only our second oil
You
change.
smell any fuel in there?
Oh yeah. Smell lots of ethanol. I bet it's probably just thinned out.
So
That's all filter material. Do we have a magnet? And I'm not seeing anything on the inside of this. So,
Like I said, it looked good coming out. It was just dark.
yeah.
And actually, not, I wouldn't even call that dark. I call that more
Well, it's got the
break-in. Yeah.
Now that this is out, what's the next step?
We're gonna check this guy, make sure everything's good. Then the tranny, the 6 bolt holes in there, we're gonna drill them, and then we're gonna tap them. We're gonna put the helicoils in, a lot of Loctite, studs, and put it all back together.
What are you doing up there?
Drilling holes.
What T-case is that?
This is a Behemoth drivetrain billet NP205. Behemoth drivetrain makes a replacement case for the 205. Anybody that's run a 205 knows they're extremely heavy. This also is a cleaner case as far as install goes. It's a lot, I mean, it's just it's not oblong or anything. But this case is the same as this case. This is a factory 205. It's cast, as you can see, it's meant for the specific application it was designed. The Behemoth drivetrain case, as you can see, is made from a billet aluminum material. It's not cast, so it's billet, it's a lot stronger, and these weigh a lot less. They're a lot lighter. And they're easier to put in. They can be clocked and changed for passenger or driver drop, as well as they're set up with independent front and rear. So you can have front high, front low, rear high, rear low, or of course 4 high, 4 low. Never can win. The T-case adapter has one of the mounts, the bolts broke off. So we have to get that out. I cleaned this out with brake clean, and then I used heat on it to clean all that out. I'm gonna weld and see if I can pull that out.
Yeah, I heard it.
It's in the video, so it's set in stone. Torque spec, good and tight.
No, you don't want to over tighten it. Torque spec on this is I go hand tight plus about a half, maybe quarter to a half, just so that it's snug. If I can't get it back off there by hand, it's too tight. But if I can get it off without any effort, it's too loose.
Currently on our way to AutoZone. What are we getting? Stuff! We're at AutoZone. Now we're at Lowe's. We are back from AutoZone with stuff! More oil, bolts. What's the problem we were having here, Joe?
The problem that we had is that our T-case bolts all backed out, and the T-case actually got separated from the transmission, which resulted in us losing all of our training fluid. So in order to stop that from happening again, we're going to go ahead and use studs rather than bolts. Since a stud pulls from 2 directions rather than just 1 direction, it's a lot harder for a stud to strip out than it is for a bolt. And as you can see right in here, we have a couple of studs that we're using for mock-up right now. We will line those up, cut them down, and that's going to be our fix. Actually put that tranny the way it's sitting in there, I can actually, from the side, take that tranny and wiggle it just like this and get it to go on the engine.
Can you do that again, Joe, with your hands?
Because all the weight is taken off by the pressure.
I feel like you were fighting with this for way too long.
So we agreed it's going in this way, and we're cutting these to length.
No.
We're not cutting these at all, or we didn't agree on that.
We already went through all this. If you put that in, it doesn't go far enough.
You gotta put the other end in.
Okay. So that's the end that's going in.
So, but we need to cut this about the same length, but 2 or 3 hairs longer because of the helicoil. But the question I still want to find out, though, I wanted you to find out, is how many of those are good deep in there? Because I think we're only catching a few of the first threads, and that's why they weren't holding.
So you just want me to check all these holes in right now?
Yeah.
We'll bring that down like that, and then you mark that.
Yeah.
I got it right here, yeah.
Well, yeah, you showed me that when I was in there.
No, I showed you this up and down. That's.
How much? Well, what's the allowance? What's it allowed? How much is it allowed to move?
I wouldn't think there should be much of anything.
So you cannot put those 2 bolts in with the tranny mount in because you have to come across the bottom and turn it a quarter of a turn at a time.
It's not seating the way I want it to, so I'm going to machine out the middle of it to let the nut sit lower, and then I can shim it the way I want it to so it sits tighter and there's less play. That's screaming. Seem to have lost the washer. This crap.
This one?
Just gonna go home now. T-case had a little bit of play in it on the rear yoke, so wanted to go through. We're going through a lot of things, especially back here. So I opened it up, re-shimmed it, and it looks like the shims were wrong. When we put it back and we were changing yokes, we forgot to put them in correctly. So it wasn't out. So now there's no play in it. Well, there's no nut, but with the nut tight, there's no play. So resealed it, Loctite.
Tight.
Right, 130 foot-pounds. Ah, too close. All right, so I think we're done.
I think
Got a few things done on your Jeep. A few things done on the race car. I'm tired tonight. It's been a long night. Joe already left. Dude just like left us high and dry.
Dipped out.
He's like, I'm done. I'm going home. Got a few things done. Got the oil changed. Oil pressure is looking fantastic. We were a little worried on Saturday. Didn't know if it was a sending unit gauge or what it was. The oil pressure was showing about 25, maybe 30 idle, but it wasn't going up. So we changed the oil today, put some new oil in it, cleaned out the system, and we are back in business. We're seeing all the way up in the 90s now. The milling oil pump is definitely giving the engine the business. So we got oil pressure. It's never a good thing if you don't have oil pressure. Past that, I got the T-case torn out, went through it, checked some stuff. It's happy now. Got the studs put into the tranny, mount back in. That's all tight. What else did we do?
To the race car?
Did some diagnostic on Alex's Tanjeep. All right. So we're going to go ahead and crank it and let's see what this thing's doing. Whoop. Key on. Rev it. Okay, kill it. You, sir, have low fuel pressure.
Joy.
Obviously, under load, you want to check it, but it's a little difficult to do without a gauge in the car. Ideally, you want to be up around 40. Most fuel injection vehicles are typically above 50. Yeah, in this case, it's probably a fuel filter or the fuel pump is going out. So first step, fuel filter. Second step, fuel pump. Made a mess. Got a plan for some other stuff. We decided we're going to take this car out to the drag strip. We'll be at LS Fest on May 3rd through the 5th. We'll be in the Torque Storm booth, as well as we will be racing the Off-Road Challenge. We'll be drag racing. We'll be doing the Burnout Contest, I believe, and the Dyno Challenge. Probably not going to win on the Dyno Challenge, just from the fact that we lose so much power to big tires and a transfer case and a 4L80, all that stuff. We're still going to get up there and show off what this beast can do. This thing is just running amazing. It's a lot of fun. But it's time to go home. We'll be back at it tomorrow. We'll see you next time.
Hey, this is Alex. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell so whenever we post a new video, you get a notification.